Christmas trees. Long before Christianity, people in Northern Europe decorated evergreen trees during winter. These trees stayed green when everything else died. To ancient people, that mattered. It symbolized life surviving darkness, endurance in a season that felt endless. Germanic and Norse cultures brought branches indoors to protect homes from evil spirits and to mark the return of longer days. Winter was dangerous. Food was scarce. Anything that hinted at life had meaning. There was no Christmas involved at first. It was about survival and hope. When Christianity spread into these regions, the church did not ban the practice. Instead, it slowly gave it new meaning. The evergreen came to represent eternal life, and later, Christ as the life that never fades. Some Christian teachers even compared the tree's upward shape to the soul reaching toward God. The modern Christmas tree, as we know it, developed in Germany around the 16th century. Early trees were decorated with apples, wafers, and candles. From there, it spread to Britain and eventually the rest of the world, becoming one of the most recognizable symbols of Christmas. December 25th. The Bible does not give a date for Jesus' birth. December 25th was chosen later, after long reflection and debate in the early church. In the Roman world, this date already mattered. It was close to the winter solstice, when days begin to grow longer again. Romans celebrated festivals like Saturnalia, a time of feasting and role reversal, and later Sol Invictus, the birthday of the unconquered Sunday. When Christianity became legal and then dominant, church leaders placed the celebration of Christ's birth on December 25th. The idea was simple. If pagans celebrated the sun's return, Christians would celebrate Christ as the true light of the world, the light that no darkness could overcome. This was not deception. It was strategy and theology combined. The meaning changed, but the date stayed. Over time, the older festivals faded, and the Christian meaning took center stage. Reindeer and the sleigh. Reindeer are not biblical. They come from Northern European folklore, especially from Scandinavia and the Arctic regions where reindeer were part of daily life. They were animals of survival, movement, and winter travel. Stories of winter spirits, gods, and travelers flying through the sky were common in Norse mythology. The sky itself was seen as active during winter nights. Over time, these ideas blended with later Christmas imagery. The flying sleigh and reindeer became popular in the 19th century, especially after the poem A Visit from St. Nicholas in 1823. That poem gave names, numbers, and personality to the reindeer and fixed the image in popular imagination. Christianity didn't create this symbol, but it absorbed it into a harmless winter fantasy tied loosely to generosity, wonder, and childhood joy. Mistletoe. Mistletoe was sacred in Celtic and Norse traditions. It was believed to have healing power and to bring peace. Because it grew without roots in the ground, it was seen as mysterious and powerful. In some myths, enemies who met under mistletoe would stop fighting. It symbolized truce and reconciliation, especially during harsh winters when conflict could mean death. It later became associated with love and reconciliation. The kissing tradition came much later and had nothing to do with Christianity. It developed more as social custom than belief. The church did not give mistletoe strong religious meaning. It simply tolerated it as a cultural practice. Over time, it became part of Christmas without theological weight. It's more social than sacred. Santa Claus. Santa Claus began as a real person, Saint Nicholas, a 4th century Christian bishop from Myra, in modern-day Turkey. He was known for giving secretly to the poor, especially to children and young women in danger. His generosity was quiet. He avoided praise. That mattered in early Christian storytelling. Stories of his kindness spread across Europe. In Northern Europe, Saint Nicholas merged with local winter figures who traveled during the cold season. In the Netherlands, he became Sinterklaas. When Dutch settlers came to America, the name evolved into Santa Claus. Over time, his religious identity faded, while the idea of gift-giving remained. The modern image, red suit, sleigh, chimney, was shaped mostly in the 19th and 20th centuries by poems, illustrations, and later advertising. The Christian core is generosity without attention. The rest is cultural layering. Yule log. The Yule log comes from Germanic and Norse winter festivals called Yule. Families burned a large log during the darkest nights of the year to invite warmth, protection, and good fortune. The fire was meant to last for days. Its ashes were sometimes kept and believed to protect the home. Fire in winter was life itself. When Christianity spread, Yule merged with Christmas in many places. The burning log was reinterpreted as a symbol of light in darkness and sometimes linked to Christ bringing warmth to a cold world. In some traditions, part of the log was saved to light the next year's fire. That idea of continuity, memory, and hope fit easily into Christian symbolism. Gift giving. Gift giving existed long before Christmas. In Rome, gifts were exchanged during Saturnalia as signs of goodwill. In northern cultures, gifts were part of winter hospitality and survival sharing. Christianity reshaped this practice by linking it to the gifts of the Magi and to God's gift of Christ to the world. The focus shifted from status to intention. Over time, the meaning shifted again, especially in modern culture. What began as symbolic giving became commercial and expected. Still, the original Christian idea was simple: give quietly, give generously, and don't expect repayment. Caroling. Caroling did not start in churches. Early carols were folk songs, often sung outdoors. Some were even dance songs. They were seasonal songs, not sacred ones at first. During the Middle Ages, traveling singers went from house to house during winter festivals. Singing was a way to build community, share warmth, and break the silence of long nights. The church later adopted carols and rewrote many of them with Christian themes. By the time of the Reformation, Christmas carols were fully accepted as religious music in many places. What matters is that caroling kept its communal nature. It was never about performance. It was about shared joy.